What is up, YouTube? It's Big Papa Jake back with another episode of It Figures, where I talk figures. And today I'm going to talk about one of the most 80s iconic characters that I can remember. And this figure is amazing to look at. It really takes me back to the 80s. Today we are going to do the Birdman Koko B Ware. As you can see, he got a new release. He was signed to the Legends deal. I think Jax had a Koko B Ware back in the day, but this is the first time for Mattel, and I am glad that they got him in the line. We're gonna take a look at Koko B Ware, the Birdman, and of course his buddy Frankie in there. So sit back and relax. Hopefully you have a little figure therapy, as I like to think of it. I know I love talking about wrestling figures, and if you're watching this, you do too. So yeah, let's take a look. This is the Elite Series. Series 125, we're getting up there. Seems like just yesterday it was Series 100 with Andre and the crew. I only remember that because I had the cardboard standee that I took from Target when I went out shopping. It was empty, and I'm like, oh, I'll take that. Anyway, let's talk about Frankie. And as you can see, let's look at the packaging. This is the more modern Elite packaging, different coloration here. Still beautiful. Got the WWE logo there. Koko B Ware, first time in the line. We've got Elite over here. Koko B Ware there. That smile, $1 million. And over here you got Frankie on the shoulder there. Koko B Ware. I will say, for as small as Koko looked back in the day, boy, he was built and he was athletic. Big old boy. If he walked up to me, he would dwarf me. But yeah, it certainly seemed like a smaller, diminutive physique back in the days of the monsters with Vince McMahon, but certainly was a big boy in his own right. So we'll take a look here, because again, I am not going to open this up. I explained it on the last opening I did. I am relocating It Figures headquarters, and we are not going to be opening up any figures. Don't want to lose product, don't want to damage figures and that. So we're going to wait till we relocate, which will be in the fall. But yeah, let's take a look. So we've got, let's look at the back first before I start going into the figure itself. Get the old man readers on. Koko B Ware, here we go. There's the cross cell, everyone in Series 125. So Koko B Ware from Union City, Tennessee, 5'7", 228 pounds. Again, not a small guy. Finisher, the Ghostbuster. Loved that. It was a suplex kind of into a pile driver. And man, that finishing move was kind of cool. Only problem was you really couldn't do it to everybody. And again, you know, a lot of people were bigger than him, so he couldn't get up, you know, some of those ultra big heels in that move. But it was just amazing. Loved it. So let's see what it says here. The Birdman and his iconic bird Frankie soared their way into the hearts of WWE Universe, becoming one of the most popular superstars of the 80s. And I know, and I'm going to say that because people make fun of him being in the WWE Hall of Fame. My mind, no-brainer Hall of Famer. This guy was entertaining. He was part of the greatest era of WWF, that, you know, mid to late 80s, larger-than-life superheroes with the animals and everything else like that. So he definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame, my opinion. You can call me wrong, but you'll be wrong. I don't argue when I'm wrong, no. But yeah, definitely an iconic superstar. But let's see who's on the back with it. I got Cody Rhodes, Crush, got Jacob Fatu, who's doing an amazing job, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, and of course Koko B Ware. A lot of these guys are making their way in the WWE right now. Obviously, Cody is the golden boy, as they like to call him, and he definitely is. He's the golden goose. Crush, with the recent acquisition and releases of all the Demolition figures, the Crush has got us several figures now, but this is Demolition Crush to go along with, you know, the Demolition Elites and Mr. Fuji Legends figure coming out. Jacob is doing amazing work. Julia just had a face turn at the Raw in Italy, which is going to be fun to watch. I've had no, feelings about her one way or another, but hopefully her feud with Kiana will, move the needle for her. I really like to see her. Everyone says her work at NXT was amazing, and I don't watch NXT. I do, pay attention to what's going on, but I don't watch it. So anyway, back to Koko B Ware. Let's get back to the legends here. So as you can see, as I mentioned at the beginning, very 80s. You got the blue and the yellow iconic outfit with the gold lame jacket. I mean, this man, he definitely, he was the definition of a peacock. He came out colorful, and everything was to match his bird, Frankie. So, as you can see, blue and yellow. And he's got the sunglasses, got the headband there that says Birdman. I think that's what it says. Let me make sure. Yep, Birdman. And Frankie even comes with his own perch, so you can have him sit ringside, and just the way it used to be. And I will tell you, let's just kind of go. First of all, the head scan. I can't really get a good look at it, but kind of looks like Butch Reed to me. Kind of looks like the natural Butch Reed, but obviously not in the box. Maybe it'll look closer to his face in real life when I finally open it. And he comes with the larger afro there, so you can have him in the early, I think it was the earlier stages before he got a little tighter cut. Maybe it was the later stages when he was with Owen Hart and that. But anyway, so yeah, it comes with two different hairstyles. I assume either the other hair lifts off or that fits right over it. And the glasses, I mean, the very, very 80s. I mean, that just screams 80s, rap character or something. And so, yeah, things that stand out about Koko B Ware for me, obviously, first was him singing on the album Pile Driver. Pile Driver was the second WWF wrestling album that they did, and he sang, I could sing you the song Pile Driver. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to spare you guys, but it became his theme song when he came out, which kind of bummed me out because I think that his original theme song was The Bird by Morris Day and the Time, and I can just envision him flapping his wings to that. So I think that was his first theme song, and I love Morris Day and the Time. As Jay and Silent Bob would say, don't ever say an unkind word about the time. But yeah, so his singing chops on that song, I mean, you say what you will, but the guy had some chops. I mean, obviously he's not ever going to be a Grammy Award winner, but he could sing his song, he could belt out a tune, and singing your own theme song is that's obviously cool to me. I love that the Honky Tonk Man sang his own theme song, and Koko B Ware sang it, and a couple other ones, sang their own theme songs from the wrestling albums. So that was one thing that stood out. A very 80s thing, singing your own theme songs, having the different theme songs that aren't just musical, or with lyrics and that. And then secondly, the animals. Now, say what you will about the WWF back in those days being cartoonish, but that was my age range. Mid 80s, I was 11, 12, and I ate this shit up like you can't believe. And the animals were just part of it. You had Damien with Jake the Snake, you had Matilda with the Bulldogs, you had Frankie with Koko B Ware. I'm sure there's many others that I'm missing, but even Georgie Animal with his stuffed animal named Mine. These kind of things were gimmicks, but they kept us kids interested, and they gave us something to watch and really root for, and we loved watching Frankie bob his head on the side when Koko B Ware was in the match, and he always seemed to jive along with his moves, and just a very cool thing to have an animal down at ringside and a gimmick like that. Man, trying to think of any other animals from that era. I know Ricky the Dragon brought his dragon once, but that wasn't something that and it wasn't really obviously a dragon, it was a lizard. But trying to think. I'm having a blank here of the different animals that used to come down in the 80s. Hey, if you think of them, leave a comment below of any ones I'm not remembering at the time. But again, the snakes and that, obviously, a lot of other gimmicks brought different things to the ring, but the animals were just scream the 80s to me. And Koko B Ware, again, is just, you look at the mid to late 80s, and he is very representative of what wrestling was back then. And I don't know a lot of his history from the territories before that. I do know that he was a very good wrestler. I'll say he was a good worker. I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about that fact that he was a good worker. So maybe I'm mistaken. I'm certainly not a wrestler, but it seemed like he had that athletic ability and didn't get hurt and didn't hurt people. But let me know what you've heard. Maybe some people had issues with Koko B Ware that I'm not aware of. Outside of those wrestlers who always had issues with people, like the Ultimate Warrior and that. But yeah, let me know what you think of Koko B Ware. The figure looks awesome. Wish I could crack it open. Probably going to crack it open when I get my setup going. Put them in my 80s, my Golden Era collection. Love to have Frankie out of the package standing next to him. And he just kind of belongs there. So nice looking in the box, but really got to open them up. So yeah, that's my figure review for the day. Not really anything on the forefront. I still got to review my Mr. Fuji. Speaking of Mr. Crush on the back of the box here. So one of my favorite managers. So I'll get to that hopefully maybe in the next week or so. But let me know what you guys are finding out there. I did just come across the WrestleMania 13 submission match 3-pack at Walmart today. I can't pull the trigger on that. I don't have the space for that. And really, I'm please don't take offense to this, but I'm Stone Cold and Bret Harted out. And I have a Ken Shamrock in my collection. So I got all three of them. I don't need that. It is a cool representation of a Hall of Fame match, obviously. But it's certainly, I just don't have room for it in my collection. I am holding out for the next 3-pack that's supposed to come out, which is the NWO Bash at the Beach with Hogan, Hall, and Nash. That is a must-have for me, mainly because I have the Bash at the Beach of Macho, Luger, and Sting that goes along with it. So to pair those 2 3-packs up in my display will be awesome. I might even, when I finally complete that and get the second 3-pack, I might open all 6 of them, all 6 of the figures, and set them up somehow. Maybe in my Nitro ring, even though it did happen on Bash at the Beach. But yeah, so that's kind of what I got for my figure hunting lately. I really don't know of anything else that's on the forefront that I'm looking for right now. There are things that if I come across in the wild, I will pick it up, like Koko B Ware. I didn't order them from ringside. I didn't pay more than retail for them. My thought was, if I find him, yes, he belongs in the collection, I'll go ahead and buy him. But I didn't really see the need to order and spend extra $10 to get him in my collection. I figured I'd be patient. And a lot of these Legends figures, I'll call them a Legends figure, not in the Legends line, but a Legends figure that aren't really the big popular Attitude Era stars. They kind of are getting a little easier to get our hands on. Now, obviously, like the guys like Demolition, I haven't sniffed Demolition in the store. Now, I did see Crush, but I didn't find Axe or Smash in the stores. I don't expect to ever find them in the stores. I think they're popular enough on their own, but a lot of the other ones you're able to find them if you go enough places, and we stop at every Walmart weekend to look for those Targets as well. Still hunting out that LJN Ultimate Warrior, and yeah, I've been on some wild goose chases where the stores are local to where I'm going to be working that day, or where we travel to, and I have seen hide nor hair of it. Again, found a couple Jesse Venturas, which I did a review of on the channel here, but I have not seen the Ultimate Warrior. Really want him badly. So anyway, let me know what you guys are hunting for. Otherwise, hopefully all's well. This has been Big Papa Jake with your figure therapy on I Talk Figures, and good hunting. Deuces, ooses.